Eileo guys, and welcome back to yet another account review. Here today we have Zaionel's account. I definitely hope I'm pronouncing that right. Zaionel has expressed interest in possibly coming back to the game, so they said, if it's possible, could you please review my account to see what I need to work on in the event that I'm going to return. So I went ahead and did just that. But before we go any further, my boys, you guys know what to do. I'm not going to say it anymore. I'm just going to play this gift and show you guys what you need to be doing. And I'm going to let that gift go. And then we're going to go ahead and start. Alright, Zaionel, from what I could tell with your mons, your gems on them are perfectly fine. I see a lot of 3 stars. Let me go over here just to show you it. It's better to, show than just tell sometimes. A good example is your Mona here. All of your Monas are on triple attack, which is perfectly fine, but they have a 4-star gem on there. Not a big deal. 4-star right there. And then that one has a 4-star. I saw a couple of them with 3 stars, I believe, if I'm crazy. But, I mean, this is fine. This is okay. You probably got those from Pagos Coast, which is fine. But as we do golems more, remember to aim to get those higher. So other than that, I don't really have an issue. Your Light Victoria has triple defense on her for her gems. Set is up to you. I'm not a guy to tell you to use said set. You can use whatever set you want to use as long as they have the correct percentages on them for that particular mon in the way that you want to use them. But other than that, everything seems fine. Let's just go through already and just pick out some golem teams. Then we'll come back to your mom box and I'll give you advice on that. But first, let's go over here to golems. So your golem B8 team, I already looked before, is 4 Monas. I don't know how your runtime is with that. We could definitely test that out if you want. Yeah, let's go ahead and just test it out. The video is running anyways. It's not going to hurt to test it out right now. Because the only suggestions that I have for this would be to get all of your monos up to level 60. Get them skill booked up. And as you keep continuing to farm as you continue to farm golems B8, switch out the gems. You don't have to keep them on sets. Don't get so obsessed with keeping sets on your monitor right now. Focus more on the quality of the gems that you have rather than the aesthetics of said gems. Oh god. Oh god. I hate that animation. Rather than that. So let's go ahead and go through. Trying to see if they can one-shot the wave. Yep, see, there's a little bit. With better gems though, you could get away with them one-shotting the waves, but I would say 60 definitely won't hurt at this point in time. I just wanted to test this theory before I put it into motion. And here, it's freaking why game? Do we need this animation every single time a golem pops up? It's skippable, yes, and we can turn that off in the settings. But why was that a thing in the first place? But why? Who wants to see that every single run? I don't. They should have been able to one-shot him. So yeah. Definitely get your monos up to 60 and get them skill booked up. Switch out gems whenever you can. At least aim for some 5-star attack gems on them if you want to run them triple attack, just to get the most DPS out of them, and they should be good to go. So your golems B8 team should be solid. A minute and a half. Once you get them leveled up and gemmed up, your time should be a minute or less maybe. But that's going to be your golems B8 team, so that one's perfectly fine. Let's see if we can pick out something for B7 and B9. So B7 is the water golem. You do have Tina, but you need to get her on a set if you want to use her as a wave clearer. Odin can work here. Phibian can work, but I'm not trying to Oh, you got a Dark Lupin. Nice. Trying to figure out what else. Isn't he Unflinching Striker? He does have Water Hunter. I mean, Unflinching Strike is kind of useless in this situation, but he does have Water Hunter. So that could definitely work. I don't recommend Bolt Wing. I'm just not a big fan of Bolt Wing. And I mean, you could bring Mona in here if you want. If that's all that you have, literally, then that's okay for now. If not, if you need some type of healer, feel free to throw in Katin. What is his moves? Oh, Shield Breaker and Defense Up. That's not really the best either. Wet Marie should do you just fine. She's a passive healer just like Water Purse. That should do you just fine for a B7 team. These mons need to be level 60 though if you're going to invest in them. Level 60, you can have them trickle your gems from farming B8 after you've farmed B8 and got your monas all up. Trickle those square gems over to these mons the best that you can just to get them not optimal, but get them a little bit more beefier than the mons that you use in B8 for B7. That way you can start farming other gems. But that's a possible B7 team for you. For B9, you do have Succubus. Tina's perfectly fine there too. You can use Indra if you want. I mean, he doesn't lose. Well, he does lose his 3-star skill since his Elemental Edge anyways. What's Garuda? Seal, that's not going to do you any good. Wukong, purely like a Sea Striker. Now, you do have Fire Vamp, even though he's only Evo 2. It's not the worst thing in the world. What does she have? Adrenaline and Seal. I mean, you could bring her in as well as a healer, but you might be better off with Dark Fabian for the time being, especially in terms of DPS. I was hoping to see maybe like a Fire Leo or a Wild Fang. I mean, I guess in this scenario, you could get away with Vamp, but he does need to be Evo 2 minimum. But if you were going to use him, I would just recommend that you go ahead and build a Wild Fang over Vamp. But yeah, not much choices in terms of Firemons. Not much choices at all. So you may need to get back in, slime some, and pull and hope you can get something decent. But you do have Fire Valk here, which should be perfectly fine. And healer, don't bring in Wet Marie because she's going to get decked. Even a Fire Cupid would be great here, but okay, you do have a Fire Arthur. Okay, that's great. You do have a Fire Arthur, so you could bring in either Valk or Arthur, and then you can bring in Sanzang as the healer because she does have adrenaline, and you don't want to do Wet Marie because she's water, and this is a grass golem, so there's gonna be grass mons everywhere. But again, try to get these to level 60 when you can, and they should do you perfectly fine. You shouldn't have any problems with that. For future reference though, future guidance, once you get to this point, it could be a couple months for you depending on how long or how much time you put in. But once you get into B10, if these are all the mons that you have for right now, you're gonna need your Light Vic. Wet Marie's still valuable because she can still passively heal there. You can also bring in Tina as a wave clearer, and then at least minimum one sapper if you have any sappers at all. Which I'm not sure if I saw any. If you don't, you can either pick up Water Yuki. I personally don't recommend Water Yuki just because her animation's slow. But Wet Miho should do you perfectly fine as a sapper unless you pull like a Wet Artemis or a Fire Purse. And you do have a Wood Purse, but the problem with Wood Purse is she has stop for her first skill and then attack down for the second skill. It's not a big deal, but could that potentially slow your runtime down? Yeah. It could. It's not a super big deal, but it could. So I would just get a more reliable sapper, one that you can especially farm out. But these are just your golem teams. Remember, you need to focus on B8 first. Get your B8 time down to at least close to a minute, if not a minute, if not below that first. Because if you're not running B8, you 100% are not making money in this game. You're not going to have money to level up your Monas. You're not going to have money to increase the gems on your Monas. You're not going to have money to increase their damage via skill books. You're not going to have money to evolve. You're not going to have money to do anything. So focus on your B8 team first. Get your Mona squared away. Get them leveled up. See if you can capture some Jacks as well while she's here. You may not be able to Evo 3 all of them, or not even one, but I would say try and see if you can pick up maybe a couple and just save them in your PC and come back after that. And maybe if Light Jack's around the next time you're playing, you can do some more work with her, but she's not necessary at this point. But all the mons that I've shown are just examples of what you could focus on and what you could think about building for your golem teams, because having your golem teams will help you get better gems. It gives you access to more content. Having those mons raised up will allow you to do dragons, and with those teams you should be able to do dragons. If you need more help with dragons, feel free to hit me up on the Discord or ask the other guys. And do keep in mind that I do have dragon videos, I do have golem videos for all of this stuff, and I have like 99% of the mons that you have right here reviewed in their own each individual video. So if you're questioning how do I gem this mon up, don't worry, just go to the channel and try and search that mon. If I don't have it, let me know, but most of them I do have. Now, in terms of future investment, in terms of future endeavors, she is still an elemental edge. She could be okay as a something mon, but for future investments, I would say definitely, if you can, hold on to all your Kikis and work on getting your Dark Kiki to Evo 3. You're going to use her as a wave clearer for some content. And I noticed that you have soul stones for your Gatito. You have the RGB, and your Dark Gatito has a square slot. So what I'm leading to here is feel free to use those soul stones, feed them to Dark Gatito, get Gatito as close as the Evo 3 that you can. If you are 1 or 2 gleams short or 1 or 2 Gatitos short, gleam him. Gleam him. Not now. After your golem teams are good to go, gleam him, because he will be wonderful for you in dragons. He's going to be wonderful in stuff like Colossus, depending on your team, but mainly his choice of use is dragons. So in the future, focus on getting your Gatito to Evo 3. It's not priority number 1. Lupin does have SP Siphon and Hunter, and yours does have a square slot. So if you want to use him for PvP or some Colossus action where you need the SP Siphon at, I believe it's like Wood Colossus, then definitely feel free to hold on to all your Lupins and Evo 3 him eventually. I would, because heck is Dark Lupin. You can't go wrong with Dark Lupin. Another good decent Dark Mon though would also be Dark Colt, so try and get one with a square like this one, and in the future work to get him to Evo 3. He doesn't need to be Evo 3 right now, but in the future work towards that. But definitely focus on your Gatito when you can, and your Dark Kiki, which will help with wave clearing, sleep, and Hunter. Who else is worth mentioning? Other than the mons that you have for golems, I mean, that's pretty much it for now. You may need to pull more so you get a bigger pool of mons and more Eustace. But I would say in future regards, pick up a Water Sura if you think you might end up feeding your Fire Arthur at some point in time. Pick up a Water Sura. If not, feel free to keep Arthur, but I find Water Sura very, very useful. Try and pick up a Fire Leo. Try and pick up a Fire Wild Fang. Who else? There's not that many good grass mons, unfortunately. And you do have Tina, so you don't really need to worry about Fire Siegfried. I mean, he couldn't hurt pulling, but investment wise, Dark Tina should be sufficient for now. Wood Anu is also a pretty good solid attacker if you can get a hold of some more news, so definitely keep that in mind. Just give him a square slot. But that's pretty much it for right now. You need to really just focus on laying down the foundation of getting your golem teams up first, and you can translate that over to the weaker dragons. And then once you get more into the middle game, definitely come back, focus on your Gatito, focus on your Dark Kiki as wave clearers for future content. And I think that's pretty much it for now. I don't want to recommend everything in the world because I don't know what you'll pull. I don't know what you'll do in the future. But for right now, work on your golem teams, work on getting these mons to 60, and then work on the mons that I mentioned that you will use in the future. But that's pretty much it for this review. I definitely hope it helps. Hopefully you will come back to MSL and have a blast with us. And if you haven't already, do check out the Discord, and if you have any questions there or any questions here, feel free to leave a comment below or hit us up on Discord, and me and the squad will gladly answer your questions and help you out as best as we can. But here's to hoping that you'll return to MSL, because it's all a fun time and we're getting baby sharks soon. I definitely hope this review helps, and as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. If you guys want an account review, you need to join the Discord, or you need to, at the very minimum, message me on Discord, because that's the only way I'm going to do it, because I don't want people's contact information on the internet. But anyways, you guys, once again, peace out.